Guys, what's up? It's Tech Boss here again with another video, and yes, I know I haven't changed the name yet. That's coming in the new year. I know I said that was going to be the second video, but regardless, I'm going to be talking about that, a whole channel update in another separate video. Today, we're talking about something actually important here. Not about me, about technology. So you guys don't get upset. We are talking about keyboards and which one to buy, which it's all subjective. I don't know. I might as well not even be making this video because there's tons of other ones out there, but whatever. Alright, let's get right into it. Alright, so you might be asking, why am I making a video about keyboards? Where did I get these? Well, you can watch in my last What Did I Order video where I got these on Massdrop. But anyway, let's talk about the little nitty gritty here. So my first mechanical keyboard I got when I actually built this whole system that I'm using here. And I'm using the... Ooh, it's big. Camera can't really see it. Anyway, because I can't detach the cord, so, oh well. Which is one thing I'm going to talk about. I'm using the Corsair, what is it, K95, the older version, not the newer version. It has all these, like, 18 little G buttons on the side, like little macro buttons. You can have different backlighting modes, and the only reason why I got that at the time was because I thought it was cool to have, like, 18 little programmable buttons on the side, plus you can do that with all the other keys, but anyway. But I already had a Corsair gaming series mouse thing, so I just want to match up. I wanted the software to be the same, so I'm not going through multiple softwares, and ended up working out okay. And this keyboard's actually refurbished, straight from Corsair. What can I really say about it? It's Cherry MX Red, which is different than the other keyboards behind me, and I'll show you those in a sec. Yeah, it's Cherry MX Red, which is actually really cool. I started with Cherry MX Red because, you know, the Gold Classic saying, which is not actually really true, it's whatever you prefer, is Cherry MX Red is like for gamers kind of thing. Like black, red, Cherry MX Speed switches are straight for gamers, but that's not always true. It's based on what the person prefers. And at first, this was like my first actual like demo kind of mechanical keyboard, like the first one I got to keep. And I still like it to this day, but I almost want to switch, like get another Corsair keyboard, like one of the smaller ones, or maybe even like the newer version of this that has the Cherry MX Browns, because I'm actually preferring those more, and I wish it came in Cherry MX Blue, which it doesn't. But whatever, we're going to talk about that. So anyway, that's basically the layout of this keyboard. There's tons of reviews online. I'm not going to really go over all the nitty-gritty with the software and all that too much. Even though the software at the beginning was actually weird. Like the lighting wasn't actually for the lighting, and like then the preferences wasn't it's very, like, it takes a little bit to get used to. Once you get used to, it's actually very user-friendly and fine. Like I have no problem with it now. For both these products here, they haven't come out with any software updates in a while, just in case you were concerned about that. I think they're all caught up with their software updates. Or, like, not software, but more, yeah, I guess you could say, like, software or something for these. Anyway, so the next keyboard up, which I'm going to talk about, is this Cooler Master, what is it? Oh, God, I always forget. I seriously should write these down. I need to improve on that. Anyway, this is a Corsair Master keyboard L something other. It's all RGB goodness. This Cherry MX Brown switches. Standard keyboard, except for, like, you know, these little programmable buttons on the side, which are also for four different like lighting modes, other than technically 3 on this one that I own. Honestly, I prefer Cherry MX switches, or Cherry MX Brown switches, compared to the reds. Anyway, one thing I like, so it's got, you know, obviously like regular most keyboards, got little, or like little flippy things at the back to elevate it. One thing that's cool about this is it's a detachable cable for this. It uses like a little micro USB at the back, which is kind of cool. It's not, it doesn't weigh too much. Obviously, like it's more or less made out of plastic, so my metal Corsair keyboard weighs more. Still, the construction's really good. Like I'm trying to flex it, and it's not really going anywhere. And I actually really like it. Sorry, it's a little bit dusty. It's been sitting in my closet for the past week. And I actually like it. One thing though is with the, I'd be careful with the. This is actually my first Cooler Master keyboard, and just because I had this problem doesn't mean I'm not gonna like buy any of their products again. I still think they make really good stuff. Just maybe an oops, maybe on my part. First time I tried to plug it in, the little micro USB switch actually, like the little thing that kept it there, broke inside and like pushed it back, so I wasn't able to plug it in. I was like, well, shit. And I was going to send it off, but you know, knowing me, I actually opened it up myself. Like really sketchy process. Like if I had the proper tools at the time, I would have used those. I basically got like butter knife, jammed it in there, you know, popped things, and there's screws. One screw I missed, so it kind of broke the support. Blah blah blah. But anyway, I actually used hot glue to glue it back into place, and that thing's not going anywhere. Like it's stuck there for life, and it still works. Like cool, it's so cool. So yeah, all RGB there. Cherry MX brown switches. I actually really like. I don't know why I thought I would like a more lighter switch, like the reds, but no, I'm actually preferring the harder switches, and this is top on my list kind of thing for keyboards. Actually really nice. But the software, it seems super easy to use, but I find it's really not, or at the time that I was using it, it's really not, which was about a month ago. Also, like I would use maybe like P1, I'd have like a certain lighting scheme, and then all of a sudden I'd go to P2 and then have a certain lighting scheme. I'd save it, but then it would only save P2, and then I'd go back to P1, and it'd just be like the default. And then I go back in the software, do it up again, save P1, but then like I don't know, it's just kind of, it's really weird. Like, I'm gonna have to tweak on that a bit. You know, I might have like extra like kind of cover videos about that like, later, and then there's earlier in the new year. Yeah, it's kind of weird, but anyway, I'm just talking about the switches and like the feel of the keyboard. I can't remember what the actuation pressure of these keyboards are. Again, I need to write these down. But I know this is lighter, it's kind of medium, and that's going to be harder, I guess. Something like that. I'll kind of get up close to the microphone here so you can test how you like that. It's actually not that loud, surprisingly. I find like here I'm doing my course, like the Cherry MX Red keys right now, and I find those are actually louder, if that makes any sense. But regardless, and then we get over to the little noisy, but this keyboard I love it. Like I want to marry it. I seriously do. This is my Cherry MX Blue keyboard, some Asian company in China. What is this? Some kind of Asian thing? Something made in Taiwan. Apparently it's made in Taiwan. Oh god, the glare. See if we can. There, you can kind of see all that nonsense. And again, you know, regular keyboard has a USB-B, like the one for the PS3 controllers used to use. That one's. Wait, was I wrong about that? No, sorry. This micro USB like phones use, and this is one like PS3 controllers would use, and they all come, like both of them come with like these nice braided cables, no complaints. So this is a 10 keyless keyboard, so it's missing the numpad on the side, which is kind of cool, which I like. This is more like my travel keyboard kind of thing. I had no problem with unplugging and plugging back in the USB in this one. Again, it's made out of plastic, like kind of plastic construction, but still built like really well. And this is like no color, no whatever keyboard, which that's why I actually got it. and I almost want to go to all like non-RGB peripherals because of that. But hey, I mean, I can change these to like white or whatever. It doesn't really matter. This is the vintage kind of color scheme that they had when at the time of this drop. You were able to get like multiple different color schemes and whatever with different switches. I went for Ceramax Blue, and this is the vintage one. Anyway, I find this is the heaviest out of the three here, but I'm gonna take that back. These are my favorite switches. I wish, even though they're like super clicky and super loud, I wish you could get them on the Corsair. You can get them on the Cooler Master, but not the Corsair, which kind of sucks. Whatever, small gripe. But like I said, I like the Cherry MX Browns too, so I'm probably gonna switch this to a Cherry MX Brown. But oh my god, I freaking love that. This is more of like a linear like press. I find like you can really tell when you're actually like switching it, kind of thing. Yeah, very good. This is actually out of three, it's my favorite keyboard. But anyway, I guess you want to hear some sounds. This is Cherry MX Blues are like really clicky, so like you're gonna hear it a lot. But I actually like that sound compared to the other ones. Hey. Christmas time, what can I say? Yeah, so it's very subjective. I would suggest like before you actually, like if you haven't used like mechanical keyboard before, you're trying like one switch to another, before you actually go and buy, I know like usually NCIX or in my case Candace Pewter or something like that usually has like keyboards like out kind of thing, like the keyboard's out for like display. I suggest maybe like trying to like type on it, seeing which one feels better to you. I know it's hard to tell in that short of a time, but because obviously I've had the past like couple months to play with these, but I like it's kind of all subjective. Whoop, sorry. Oh god, I accidentally clicked something on my keyboard. Hold on a second. Anyway, so it's all subjective again. I go try it out before you actually buy, but I highly suggest like mechanical switches, no matter if they're Razer, Topra, Cherry MX. You guys should always mechanical. Anyway, yeah, it's pure subjective. Test it out, and yeah, mechanical keyboard nation for life. Alright guys, well this is it for me, just a short video. I guess this is not like what you should buy, but just show you like what's out there. I showed you what I prefer, what kind of options there are out there. Later in like the new year, early, I don't know why I keep on saying later, early in the new year, I'm gonna show you the software like in I guess 2018 for both of these, whether it's Corsair, Cooler Master, and you guys can maybe decide from there on which software you like. But anyway, I'm gonna go. Peace.